Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Brandon. I am an acting and performance coach. I make reaction content here on YouTube, as I have been doing for a very long time, but have not done also in quite a while. This is my first time even sitting down to record a music reaction in several months. I've had a few false starts, been trying to find a way to get back into it, haven't really been feeling it. And the last thing I wanted to do was to give you guys a lackluster sort of performance, a lackluster presence here in these reactions. It's really important to me to be honest, authentic, and genuine. And I didn't want to come and fake the energy and fake my way through it. And sort of, so I've been really going back and forth, sat down a couple of times to record and just didn't do it. Just wasn't feeling it. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this. I feel like I might be going through a bit of a rebrand on this channel sometime in the near future, but I have been noticing an uptick in reactions to this artist that we're going to look at today. His name is James Blunt. People have been reacting to his song Monsters, which was the first video that I recorded on this channel that really got traction. It was the second music reaction I'd ever done, and the first one that really sort of caught an audience and gained traction. And I've never looked at anything else of his, not since. So I'm not sure why all of a sudden I'm seeing sort of an uptick in people reacting to that particular song. That one broke me. I'll leave a link in the description to that reaction. It's a few years old now. The feel of the videos really have changed, but it really kind of tore me up. It was a very powerful song, a very impressive show of vulnerability from the artist. So what better way to jump back into this arena, back into music reactions, than to go back to the beginning, to sort of have a full circle moment and revisit the artist that sort of launched this particular oeuvre of reactions for me in the first place. So today I'm going to be looking at a song called The Girl That Never Was. I've gotten some comments and some messages on Instagram and other places asking if I'm okay. I haven't necessarily been okay, just being honest. I'm still not entirely okay, but this video is not the place for that. First time back, don't want to weigh it down with a bunch of with all of my recent struggles. Also, another quick announcement: if you have been emailing me, my email, my Brandon Scott at That's Not Acting email is sort of in this like limbo place. I'm having trouble with Google Workspace, so I can't access that at the moment. So if you need to get in contact with me, or you would like to get in contact with me, please jump over to Instagram. Go to my Instagram links. There is an all my links line in the description down below where you can access all of my social media. Instagram's probably the quickest way to get hold of me. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I have nothing else to say about it at this time. I may release something in the near future to kind of give a bigger, broader glimpse of that. And I do think I'm exploring options on how to take this channel in a slightly different direction. It feels really awkward. This feels very strange. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't quite feel comfortable for me. And I hope I'm still able to give you whatever it was that you found in this channel, in my commentary and analysis that brought you here and kept you around in the first place. So without further ado, having said probably way more than I intended to, let's jump into this. This is going to be James Blunt, The Girl That Never Was, the official music video. Let's take a look.
Darling, I know we talked about it one too many times, how there was something missing in our lives.
Oh no.
A little life. So we tried. It was more than just a twinkle in your eye, but some things you just don't get to decide. At least we tried. The first casualty of life is the plan. When I look back, I'm not even sure that we were thinking.
Okay, hold on. Before we get, because this is going to get really deep. So before we get into it, remembering back to my reaction of Monsters, let me find out that that's actually his wife and that this is real, that he and his wife at some point found out that for some reason they're not able to have children, which is where this is. I'm taken back to a line in Monsters when he was talking to his father, and I know that it meant that he was going to be the last one out of the room, so he would leave the lights on. But there was this line where he said, "I'll be the last," or something to that effect. My first thought in that was, is there some reason that their family, their name isn't going to carry on. They seem like a pretty traditional family. I think I read after reacting to that one that he and his father were both military men, very sort of like traditional men's men. And so that's the first thing I thought when I heard the line, "I'll be the last." And then I know that it went on and that he was talking about leaving the room. Let me find out that this is genuine. This is real. This is a part of his life, which would not surprise me at all. And I will be an absolute mess. The music video is wonderful. It's really setting the tone. The use of light and dark and the use of shadows is really powerful in what he's doing here. Even the mirror in the back, it seems it's damaged and there are dark spots, which all of this is speaking to a vision of life that's been tainted, that's been sort of discolored by, in this case, grief, disappointment. It's really brilliant. It's so far, and of course, his performance doesn't even feel. It's not really. I wouldn't call it necessarily a performance. I've talked about it before. There are a couple of different ways that people come to a place emotionally for a performance like this, and one of them is through skill and training and technique. One of them is through pretending and sort of making believe, and this is a way in which I'm not very impressed. And the other is simply through, without the technique and without the training, simply through opening themselves up to emotions that they actually have and to a relation to the text that they actually have, and allowing that to sort of be exposed for others to experience through the music, through the video, through the art. And that would be where I would place him from the last video that I saw of him and this one as well, which is why my feeling is that he's likely speaking from his real life. I'm starting to second guess my decision to come back with this one. Actually, maybe I should have picked something a little, I don't know, lighter. But this is where I eat, right? This is, and you guys have always seemed to really enjoy watching me suffer through these really intense emotions. So maybe it was the right choice.
At least we tried. The first casualty of life is the plan.
That's powerful.
When I look back, I'm not even sure that we were thinking. Somewhere she's probably dancing with her blonde hair falling like ribbons on her shoulders, just like we always saw.
It's worse than I thought.
Bright eyes spinning in circles in the sunlight. Darling, we tried, but now it's over. We had it all and then we lost the girl that never was. If I could say a million words to take away the pain.
Okay, so real quick, so we're not necessarily talking about an inability to have a child. It feels a little more like we're talking about a miscarriage. I'm sorry, I'll put some kind of trigger warning in before that. This is a tragedy that I've experienced both firsthand and peripherally in the past. It's incredibly tragic. It's incredibly tragic, and it's these things in life that cry out for people like James to express through their art, through their own pain, to help the rest of us share in this just the common humanity of these kinds of struggles. Hold on.
A million words to take away the pain. What kills me is you're trying to take the blame.
That's very common.
You're not to blame.
No.
I'll never say I told you so. Sad I thought the words. Try drowning you in happiness. I only make it
Okay, that's really powerful. I'm sorry. I know I stopped a couple of times already, but I have to stop for that. He says the lyrics, I'll never say I told you so, and I'm sad that I thought the words. That's so powerful. When we go through things like this, oftentimes in life, while processing through the grief, and especially early on, our minds produce so many thoughts and feelings that we in ourselves, in our identities, do not identify with. We don't We do not feel that way. We don't think those things. We certainly don't say those things. And it can lead to a person feeling a lot of shame and guilt for having thought this or that about a certain person in their life. Sometimes people who've lost loved ones think horrible things about the loved one or other people in the situation that we don't actually believe. That was a beautiful moment. Again, it's one of the things I like a lot about my experience so far with James is that he does have this ability to take the human experience of a moment like this and be open and vulnerable with it. And that gives us, it's a power of music. It gives us as an audience a chance to hear those words and identify with that on a deep level and feel that connection and recognize that we're not alone, that this is a part of who we are as a community. And it's very beautiful. It's very brave to admit something like that and to say it openly. And it takes a lot of grace with oneself to be able to say these things out loud, to know that I thought this thing, but I don't think that. I don't believe that. I'm sorry that the thought ever even occurred to me. It's important to remember that you are not your thoughts. The color of your character is not defined by the idle or passing thoughts that fly through your mind, especially during times of great tragedy. We all have the capability and the capacity to do horrible things. This does not define us. Having grace with each other is important, but it's so much more vital to be able to give yourself that grace and understand that you are who you choose to be today. So that's just it was just a very powerful line. I had to stop it. I had to mention it.
The worst.
Right here.
I'll never say I told you so. Sad, I thought the worst. Try drowning you in happiness.
Oh, he says sad.
Make it worse. We never should have picked a name, 'cause now she has a face. And now no matter what we do, no one will take her place. Somewhere she's probably dancing with her blonde hair, falling like ribbons on her shoulders, just like we always saw. Tried, but now it's over. We had it all and then we lost the girl that never won. I know we'll never know you. I know we'll never hold you. I never got to show you my love. 'Cause somewhere you're probably dancing with your blonde hair.
That note is so beautiful.
Like ribbons on your shoulders, just like we always saw. Bright eyes spinning in circles in the sunlight. Darling, we tried, but now it's over. We had it all and then we lost the girl that never was.
Okay, so that was James Blunt, The Girl Who Never Was. I realized really quickly that I misheard the lyrics. My statement stands. I think that what I said was valid, but I did mishear the lyrics there. I'm sad I thought the worst, I think is what he said. Still fits. Still kind of fits. And that's really hard from the look of things and from the imagery, from the music video. It seems as though this was a child that they were expecting, and more so that this wasn't something that happened very, very early in the pregnancy, that they picked out a name and they had a nursery set up. And tearing down that space is such a powerful experience and image. This was beautiful. This was really beautiful. I guess the last thing I would want to say is if you're someone who's gone through this or who's going through this, as would happen, as would be something that would bring you to this song, that would draw you to it. Please try to keep in mind that I know that the pull to blame yourself, to think that there was something you could have done or something that you did that you shouldn't have. Please try to have grace with yourself. Try to be kind to yourself, as I always say. Give yourself time to grieve. It's a profound loss. It should never be minimized, and it should certainly never be invalidated. It is a profound loss. Give yourself space to feel it, and there's really nothing else I can say. This is a heavy one. This was a heavy one. Great starter video. Beautiful song, beautiful video, very well done. But all that being said, thanks again for being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff, share it around, let people know I'm back. It's going to be a difficult first few videos, I think. The algorithm tends to punish people for inconsistency and log absences. So share this around if you don't mind. If you're excited to see me back, I certainly am excited to be back with you. And all that's left really to say is please remember to be kind to each other and most importantly, to be kind to yourself.